Hello, hello. Welcome to Sparkle.Sanctuary. My name is Rebecca, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. So this is going to be an unboxing. It's part 3 of 4 of a Margaret Morales diamond painting unboxing that I have. So there is one more part after this, and then that will be it for a while. Margaret Morales is my favorite artist, and my birthday is in October. So when Diamond Art Club released a whole bunch of these diamond paintings, I went ahead and stocked up because I just wanted to have, I'm a collector of her art. So these are just going to be great to have in my collection. Today I have Satura, and then this one, I apologize, I'm probably going to mispronounce, and I will try not to. I believe it's called Ajisai, but I'm not 100% sure. Please feel free to correct me in the comment section below. But they are both, again, from Margaret Morales. This one is 65 by 95 centimeters. This one is 55.8 by 86 centimeters. Both boxes have the square shape here. They say square and the boxes are blue. So that indicates that these are both square diamond paintings. Now, I am not a huge fan of square diamond paintings. I try not to purchase them very often, but Margaret Morales is an exception for me, and I am hoping that these are great quality. I am aware that both of these are going to be confetti heavy, so I have no idea how long it'll be before I get to them, but I definitely at least wanted to have them in my collection so that I could work on them when I'm ready. So I will use Satura. I'm going to set this one aside because this one is the one I'm going to open first. We'll use her to show you a little bit more about the box. So in Diamond Art Club puts a thumbnail here, and then they have the image kind of wrapped around the box on either side, not on the back. And then the name of the kit, Diamond Art Club, the type of kit that it is, and then it tells you to see the back for the content. So on this side, it does say it is a full coverage diamond painting. There's another thumbnail. It says 71 colors, including 2 Aurora Borealis. Now that means that they have an iridescent coating on them that shimmers like the Northern Lights. 1 electro diamond. So an electro diamond is kind of like a metallic, and then 4 fairy dust diamonds. Fairy dust is a mica glitter that is just kind of embedded into the top of the diamonds and like sealed in, so you don't have to worry about the glitter getting everywhere. They do have socials right here on the back of the box. They have tips and tricks, how to basically, and then the kit contents, and then some warnings and information about Diamond Art Club. On this side, it just says Unleash Your Inner Artist. On the top of the box, it just says DIY Diamond Art Kit. Let me get that in frame for you. And then on the bottom, there is a QR code, and then another tiny thumbnail in the name of the kit and information. My understanding is that they have it located on multiple sides so that you can store it in any way that you want to. Let's go ahead and open this one, and I'll get to this kit in a minute. So I'm going to move her aside, and then I brought some trusty scissors here to be able to open this. Anyway, while I'm opening this, I hope you all are doing well. And kind of staying sane in everything that's going on. Just know that there are people out here who care about you and everything that's happening. So just please take time to take care of yourself. So as we open the box, it does say, "Do what makes you sparkle." And then you pull this out. So there is another box inside the box. It is heavy. So that is something. Let me set that aside. Okay, so in here you see there is a toolkit, and every toolkit now is pretty standard the same, and so I'm sure that this other one will have the same things in it, so I'll only show this once. There is a Diamond Art Club tray. It does have the branding on it on the side. I don't know if that'll show up. Nope, it's not going to show up with my lighting. I apologize. But there's a lid on this tray. You just pull that out, and that's how you work in it. There is pink wax, clear wax, and then a 7-piece multiplacer, or 7-place multiplacer. There is a stopper so that you can store your diamonds in here if you have to walk away and then they don't spill. And then it just closes up like that. There's also a bevel on here so you can stack them up. So that's kind of cool. And then in here is just a bag of baggies for you to get up into, and then their pin. See, on here is a 4-placer, so you can swap this out for the 7-placer if you prefer. You just pop this lid off, and then you twist this up, and the wax comes up through the tip of your pin. Let's see if I can get that in frame. I'm not doing a very good job of being in frame today. I apologize. It's just a metal, metal tipped placer. It's not steel tipped, so it's not quite as strong as the steel tip ones that that you can purchase, but it works. So everything that you need to get started diamond painting is here for you. In fact, this is better than you'll find with, you know, like any cheap kits that you can get on other sources. So it's just a slight upgrade. So yeah, there's one of their kits, and I'll set that aside. All right, so here is the canvas, and then also inside the box is this little envelope. So the envelope actually has information about the kit. So it says, thank you for your purchase. You squeeze the little diamond here and you open it up. On the top is tips and tricks. On the bottom is kit contents. Here's some of their socials. Here is a way to join their Facebook group. And here is a 20% off coupon code if you buy first time in the app. Then there is a treasure quest card. This one is bronze. Almost every one that I've ever received is bronze. So I'm not surprised. It seems to be the most common, but I guess you can collect these and then you can go on the website and buy stuff with them, depending on which ones you have. And then in here is the sticker sheet. So this diamond is a sticker. Diamond Art Club Sim is a sticker. The name of the kit is a sticker. And then on the back side, there is a start and end date sticker. There is a thumbnail sticker, and then there's information about the kit. Now, I want you to notice there is a SKU number here. And I'm so sorry that everything is having a hard time focusing. Yeah, it's not going to focus on that, but there is a SKU number on here. That SKU number matches the SKU number that's on the box. It also is going to match up with the SKU number on my diamond. So I will show you that really fast. I'll get this pulled out of here. And then, all right, so, oh, look at those colors. That's going to be so pretty. But anyway, there is a SKU number here that matches the SKU number that is on your envelope. That also is going to be identified at the bottom of the kit on your canvas. So if you store them separately, then you'll be able to find them and match them all up. So here is this information, 71 colors. And it looks like, so sometimes you'll find ABs at the top of their list and sometimes you'll find them at the bottom. If they're at the bottom, they'll say AB and then the number, but if they're at the top, they're anything below the number 150. So we have two ABs here. And then we have K, which symbolizes the electro diamond, and then L, which represents the iridescent diamond. Or sorry, Z, L is different. Z is the fairy dust. So fairy dust and then the other ones. So those are all of our special diamonds. Okay, so as you can see, I already see the electro diamond here. You can see that metallic surface. I'm not sure, but we will look at that here in a second. All right, let's go ahead and open up this kit. So as you can see, here is the thumbnail, and then here is that number I was talking about. That's what matches, and it gives you information about the kit, their socials, the warranty, and then there is a legend on the bottom right. And then as we scroll up, you're going to see there's a legend on the top left. Oh, that is really pretty. And then at the top is just what they put on all of their kits. It just says, do what makes you sparkle, Diamond Art Club. So this is going to be a great kit for October. As you can see, she's got like a witch's hat kind of thing. Oh, look at all those greens and blues. It is such a nice, beautiful contrast against the yellows and golds on her face. It is so pretty. Wow. I didn't even notice there's a moon and star here in the thumbnail. I didn't even notice that. And then the stars that are in her hand. I bet that that's where that electro diamond's going to go to make it sparkle. That will be beautiful. She is very big image. As you can see, I'm kind of struggling to get even, half of her in the image. So yeah, this is wonderful. I'm going to turn this sideways and then I will pull out the special diamonds and kind of show you where those go. So give me just a moment. Okay, so our first special diamond is Z3855. And this is got a mica powder over the top of it. I'm not sure if you can see just that little extra sparkle on there. So Z3855 is a line that's sideways. So I see a little bit in her sleeve here, in her sleeve here. There is some of it in her hair along this area, all along her hair, just kind of around the edge of her face. There's some in her hair here. There's some here in her hair. So that's all that I see it in. Now, when I show you these, you know, I may miss a little bit as I'm looking, but that's where I see it all along her hair and then sprinkled on her sleeves. That's pretty. All right, let me see if I can find the next one. Okay, next we have number 125. This is one of the ABs. As you can see, there's like this iridescent kind of rainbow coating on the top of the diamonds. 125 is the number 2 on the canvas. Okay, so there is the number 2 through here. I see the number 2 through here on this part of the puff of her sleeve. I see a little bit down here, and then I see it over here on this side. Let me see if I can pull this over. It's kind of through her hair here and up here. And I believe that's all I see. Okay. All right. So we have K444. That is the metallic kind of one that they call the electro. You can see the yellow isn't what we're looking at. It's that gold top. That's going to be what's on there. And this is located on the letter L. So yes, the stars here in the palm of her hand are going to be that metallic. And then there is a moon up here, and then that star up there, and then the moon and star here, and then this star here as well. Then there's also some in her hardware on her outfit. There's a few sprinkled in through here and there. And there. There's a tiny bit sprinkled here and here in her hair. There's a little bit sprinkled over here and over there. There's little spots of it here, here, and here. So it isn't just localized to those spots, but that's where it's going to stand out the most. All right, so here is Z368. This is another one of our fairy dust diamonds that has the mica powder on the top. So Z368 is the letter T on the canvas. So there is some, it's kind of like a light color on top of the greenery here and through here. I see a little bit around the star here. There's a couple through here. There's a little bit sprinkled here. So I'm betting this is kind of like the last letter. There's just going to be little bits of it. This one's harder to find, but I'm betting that is not all. I'm betting there's a couple little ones sprinkled here and there. That's so pretty. Okay, here is Z554. It's a purple color. Z554. There's some here, through here on this part of her sleeve. There's some through this area here, and then up there by that moon. And then there's a little bit through here. And I don't know if I pointed this one out, but that one as well. Okay, this is Z3822. So this is another one with the mica powder. I really wish my camera would focus. Okay, this one looks like a knot sign. So around her fingers where it looks like there would be a glow from these stars around the edges of her hand and on her fingertips and stuff, there's a bunch of that. So it's sprinkled through here. There's a little bit sprinkled around here and around here. There's a couple sprinkled along the edges of her hair here. And then there's some through her hair. That is all I see of that. Okay, I believe this is the last one. This is itemized as number 111. This is another one that has the AB or iridescent sparkle on top. So this is the number 1. I see that located. There's a few in her eyes. I don't really see that anywhere else. That's all I have for this one. Let me put this one away and I will get out the other one. Okay, I am back with this one. So this one, she said, I don't want to say her name again because I'm going to butcher it, but I'll do it one more time. So I believe it's Ajisai, like I said before. She's got 59 colors, including 2 Aurora Borealis and 2 fairy dust. So there's not quite as many specials on this one, but I imagine this one will just be as pretty. I did see somebody else working on this, which is why I decided I was going to get it, even though originally I didn't want to, because it's such a large image. But, you know, we're all entitled to change our minds from time to time, right? So I'll go ahead and get this. Oh, it is very heavy. Just kind of as a side note, this one is quite heavy. I imagine there's going to be a lot of diamonds in here. So again, it came with a toolkit, same as the other one. And then the diamond painting kit and our envelope. So the envelope inside, let's see what treasure quest card I got. Oh, it looks like it's bronze. Yep, it is another bronze one. And then here is our booklet with the stickers. And I don't think I mentioned it in the other one. These are all individual stickers. So if I pull this off of here, let's see if I can get a good, well, I'll do one of these ones since I'm not getting that one very well. Or maybe I won't get any of these well. There we go. So you just peel up the sticker and then it comes apart and then you're able to put that onto your kit to label them up. And the number all the way across is the sticker. And I've learned that they do actually fit well on a majority of my containers. So I don't have any problems with that. But it looks like the ABs are listed below here. So we've got the 2 ABs here and then the 2 fairy dust located here. So I will go ahead and show you this kit like I did the other one. I will just kind of show you the special diamonds and where they go, and won't show you all of the drills. I know in the first 2 unboxings that I did of Margaret Morales pieces, I showed all of the drills, and I'm not sure which one everybody likes best, so I'm changing it up. Let me know if you like this way best, just me showing you where the specials go. Because if that's the case, then that goes a little bit faster. But all right, this one also is wrapped upside down. I'm very worried about how big this image is going to be. So the confetti on here, so confetti is when you have a lot of color changes in a small space, and color blocking is when you're able to use your multi-placer. There's a lot of confetti in this kit, I can tell. There's a lot of color changes in here, but it looks like there's also little bits where I will be able to use my multi-placer, so hopefully this won't be too overwhelmingly slow. I think that's my part about doing square shaped diamonds and then also having something that's confetti. It kind of makes it move a little bit slower. However, with that said, periwinkle, which is a blue purple, is my favorite color. And I believe that is going to be in this kit just because there's so many purples and blues in here. Her hand already looks beautiful, so I cannot imagine what she's going to look like. Let's see. We can get to that. Oh, look at how pretty. Wow, this kit is so big. I definitely am not getting this all on my table. This is definitely not going to all fit, but it looks like there's a lot more color blocking in that area. So as I'm working on this kit, I normally start upside down and do the top half and then work my way. I may actually switch that up for this kit and work on the bottom and work up, just because I'm going to want to save that color blocking towards the end, because that will make it feel like it flew by right at the end of it. Now, her face coloring does look a little bit interesting, but that's because of the symbols. When the coloring, once the symbols are covered, it will look different. I just kind of want to point that out. It's kind of hard to see what the actual color quality is going to be. So this is going to be one of those wait and see things. Also on the other kit, I don't think I identified, but the plastic on these has these lines of perforation. I think you can see that in there, but it just identifies where you can tear these so that you can section off into those if you so choose. So I will say that the stick on these, the glue is great. The canvas quality, this is a nice soft backing. These are all scalloped and poked edges. And so, I mean, it is really good quality stuff, which is probably why I have so many Diamond Art Club diamond paintings, even though I'm nowhere near affiliated with them. Again, you have their logo at the top, and then their legend on the side, top right, and then the legend on the bottom left. And then all of their information at the bottom is the same. So, wow, this is such a big diamond painting. I'm going to go ahead and turn her sideways and see how much we can get in frame. I don't think we're going to get a lot. Okay, so as you can see, I'm moving her around some. You're getting most of the image, I think, though. So I will put you on hold for just a second, and I'll pull out the specials and I'll kind of point out where I can see some of those. I think this one's going to be harder for me to find just because there is so much confetti. So give me just a moment. Before I pull these apart, I want you to see, look at that beautiful color spread. Oh my goodness, this is so pretty. And I believe that's my favorite color right there. It doesn't come across the same on screen, but it's just a gorgeous blue with just a hint of purple. Here is our first fairy dust. Z3346. There's 2 bags of it, and this does definitely darker in person than I'm seeing on my screen right now. I'm not sure what it'll look like in post, but this is definitely a dark green, and this is an up arrow, like a kind of an up arrow, And this is just sprinkled. It's definitely just sprinkled everywhere though. I mean, in all of the green bits all around the canvas, it's sprinkled in. All right, here's our next color. This is number Z340. So this is our other fairy dust. This one's a smaller bag. Let's see if I can find that one. So I do see that symbol a little bit in here. These darker colors there. I see it in the darker. So where I'm seeing like the little splotches of darker purple, like there's some here. It looks like there's some here and some here. There's some in her kimono and some through this part. Yeah, I see a little bit in the darker purple up in here and a little bit there. So it's a very interesting, it's a slightly darker purple. So it's not where all these light purples are, but it's also not where the blue is. It's just kind of in those mixed areas, if that makes sense. All right, here is our first AB. So this is number 144. So 144 is going to, 141 is going to be where the white dots are. And I've got to tell you, I don't know if you're looking through the lens, you can see little white dots just kind of sprinkled. That is all of those. Everywhere you see, it almost looks like it's like little bits of light everywhere, all over the place. Or maybe like there's some interesting snow on the flowers. I'm not sure, but they're all sprinkled all over. And then there's also a chunk of it right here and little bits of it through here. That is what I see. Okay, let's see if we can find that last AB. All right, the last AB is number 126. It is this pale purple color. And that is the number 1. I see some of it through here. There is a number 7 symbol that's similar in a similar color. So there's a little bit of 1, but they're next to the 7. There's a few sprinkled in here that they're next to the 7 as well. So that'll be something to kind of keep an eye on. Definitely there's a little bit, and there's through here. And then there's quite a bit of it sprinkled in through this flower here and through this one here. And then a little bit there. Well, that is all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Please let me know which one of these you like the most, or if you have either of them in your stash, or if you've completed either one of them even. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in my next video. Wherever you go, to take care of yourself is a Sparkle Sanctuary. So please take time and take care of you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.